Hi, my name is Ron Roberts Jr., aka the Mask Career Advisor, and I want to welcome you to 5 Minute Career Inspire. This is a series designed for high school and college students. And so I'm having some fun with this mask, but I want to talk about a topic that I think is important. Know your key strengths. So this series is inspired by three things. Number one, my love for masked professional wrestlers as I was growing up. I was a big Mil Mascaras fan. Number two, my love for superheroes as I was growing up. And finally, my passion for supporting students along their career journeys. So know your key strengths. So if you watched any of these videos previously, you know I always have a career lesson. But I'm going to have a little fun with this video before I get into the career lesson. So every great wrestler has a notable signature wrestling move or finishing maneuver. And so I want to start with the iconic Hulk Hogan, his leg drop. And for those of us who follow professional wrestling, we know about Hulk Hogan's leg drop. The next, we have the camel clutch by the Iron Sheik, or the Cobra clutch by Sergeant Slaughter. Then you have the figure four leg lock, which was executed by the legendary Ric Flair. Then you have the sharpshooter, executed by Bret Hart, one of the best of all times. Then you have the spear, executed by Edge, Roman Reigns, Goldberg, and others. And then, of course, I have to end with a signature move by a masked professional wrestler, Rey Mysterio, the 619. And so there's so many signature moves or finishing maneuvers out there. You have the super kick by Chris Adams or Sweet Chin Music by Shawn Michaels. You got the Bionic Elbow by Dusty Rhodes, the Torture Rack by Lex Luger, the Tombstone by The Undertaker, or the Power Driver by Paul Orndorff, the Flying Elbow by Randy Savage, and the list goes on and on. So lots of finishing maneuvers, lots of signature moves executed by professional wrestlers. So let's get into the lesson. So know your key strengths. And so you want to identify what your signature move is, what your finishing maneuver is when it comes down to it. So what are key strengths? So my definition of a key strength is number one, your peak strength, the strengths that rank among your most effective. So your greatest strengths, or your passionate strengths, the strengths that you enjoy using the most. So your peak strengths, or your passionate strengths. And each of us has a collection of strengths. And so it's just a matter of sifting through those strengths and figuring out what are our best or what are our greatest and the ones that we love using the most combined. So some examples of your strengths, your education, your abilities and skills. So what you're good at doing, whether it comes naturally or through training, your knowledge, your personality traits, whether you're conscientious, whether you're intuitive, ambitious, your experiences. So whether those experiences have been challenging or positive, and then your value system. So what you consider important to you. So is it given to the community? Is it your friends, faith, what have you? So some examples of some of my key strengths, connecting people within my network. So I'm fortunate to have a pretty nice sized network. And so not only am I good at connecting people, but I love doing it, generating ideas. And so I can get into a room and just go all day coming up with ideas for something. And so I'm good at doing it, and I also enjoy it immensely. Delivering presentations, planning career events. And once again, these are things that I'm good at doing and things that I absolutely enjoy doing, and then sharing information to benefit my network. So once again, I have a decent sized network. And so I'm pretty good at getting information out that I think is going to benefit my network, but also I love doing it. So my P strengths. So what I'm good at doing combined with what I love doing. So some final thoughts. Invest the time to assess your strengths, whether your education, skills, or knowledge, and then figure out your unique combination of strengths. What makes you distinct from others? So we all have strengths, but your unique combination of strengths, what makes you distinct, what makes you different from others? Then finally, your P strengths. Identify your P strengths, your peak strengths, your passionate strengths, with your greatest values to others. So it will pay off to wrestle or grapple with what your P strengths are so that you're able to contribute at your highest level. So I hope that you got some sort of value out of listening to this talk, and that you will be more equipped, more inclined to identify what your P strengths are, your P strengths, your passion strengths. Thank you for listening.